Hi everyone! Hey, this is the second day of this Adobe Live show dedicated to UX design. And to start the day, we have our guest from the agency Telepathy,
yes.
Jessica and Claude.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Good morning to everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
Here.
This is the morning for us. We are live from San Francisco. It's 9 a.m. Let us know in the chat where you are from and what time is this in your region. Today we will be live for 8 hours, so we start with Jessica and Claude, and then we will welcome Sally Harrison. She's the art director and UX designer from LA. Then we will have Ashley Carr, who is also UX designer. It will be hosted by Paul Trenny, the legendary
the legend.
The legend. And at the end of the day, we will welcome Danielle and Talin. They work for Adobe in the XD team, and yesterday it was so fun. We designed a new feature for XD, which was about style guides. So how you can define style guides, share them on Behance, and it was awesome.
Very cool.
And yesterday we had a battle between Claude and Jessica. Maybe you want to
friendly battle.
Friendly battle.
Right?
We have people from Philippines, India, Poland. It's 6 p.m. in Poland already. Yeah, so this is after work hours. That's cool. We have Thiago from Brazil. Montreal, Claude.
I'm from Montreal, so hello
Bonjour.
Montreal.
Bonjour
Montreal. Ça va?
Ça va bien? Uruguay. Whoa, awesome. Look at that. Ecuador. Yeah, thanks for joining. We're super excited to celebrate UX design on Adobe Live this week and on Behance. Maybe you want to explain what you did yesterday.
Yeah. So yesterday we had 2 hours to come up with a concept of an app for a thing called Light Night. So Light Night is a fictional product where you could have different lights that you could have in your house, and then we built an app that would go along with that product and really lets you control the app. So it was pretty cool. We did a battle. It finished even, right? The scores was even. The votes.
It was a tie.
Big tie.
It's true.
So
look at that. We have Brad watching from Australia. It's 2 a.m.
Oh my God!
Fighting his insomnia. Yeah, Brad. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Brad. And yeah, so it was a pretty simple flow, but it goes
straight to the point. I remember.
Yeah, turning on and off lights, changing the color. Maybe we had a pretty cool feature called Spotify Sync, so you could sync your lights with your music. So it creates a little nice ambiance with your music. So
nice.
that's it. So, but I'll let
and you can watch the replay. So the replay of the episode from yesterday is already available on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. You can watch the episode because you will see really Claude and Jessica building the app from the prototype from scratch. They really started from a blank page, and they did that in 2 hours. Jessica, you had another angle.
Oh yeah, so I'll pull up that one as well. So that was yesterday. So today what we're gonna do, so every single morning for us, we're just gonna start from scratch of ideation, kind of show design thinking process all the way to prototype. And today what we have for you is a fun little e-commerce site to go along with the theme of shopping. The contest, right?
Cool.
And there's a contest.
Yeah, let me talk about the contest maybe so they can understand what we're talking about. So we have an animation actually, Chris, if you can play the animation, because we want you to participate and download and install Adobe XD. It's for Mac and Windows 10 users. It's free. It's a free beta. Use the design view to create a shopping experience, at least 3 screens, and then with the prototype view you can connect the screens, you can preview your prototype and share it. So when you click on share, it will create a web page actually where anyone can test your prototype. So once you get the link, the URL, you can share the link with us using Twitter, adding Adobe Live as a hashtag. Okay, if you add the Adobe Live hashtag, this is the only way for me to catch your prototypes, and we will feature the prototypes live during the show. We will give some feedback,
live critique,
and someone will win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription of favorite project. So let me show you some project that we had yesterday, actually shared on Twitter. So this is what I'm doing. You see, like all day long, I monitor the Adobe Live hashtag. Yesterday we had a very fun one at the end of the day. It's called hair therapy. So it's say, okay, what is your mood? Yes. Oh, my mood. Okay, select this mood.
Dope styles.
Loading the styles. Oh, actually, he updated the prototype. since yesterday.
Okay.
I can
Oh,
tell.
wow.
They have on screens.
Nice.
And then you select the wig or I don't know what.
It's so good.
Like this one, say book it, and yeah, nice and clean. Thanks XD.
That is awesome.
That's super cool.
We had also this shopping experience related to Christmas where you can shuffle your
Cool.
friends and start shopping with some scrolling. This is something we will see today using Adobe Stock. I recognize the watermark here. Yeah, the snowflake, and then I can purchase. I mean, so
That's pretty
it's
cool.
a decent experience.
Feels like
you know?
Christmas.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know. I just discovered it this morning. It's the first time I'm running it, but it looks great. Like very neat.
That's
I
clean.
love
Yeah.
the typography. It's very clean.
Yeah.
Good use of the different animation too.
Yep.
The transition. So you will see today how to create these transitions. And Oja Shopping. So maybe let me go back to the home screen. And with the hamburger menu.
Nice.
So, yeah, 3 screens, you know, and that's enough to participate and get a chance to win Creative Cloud, you know, 1 year. If you're already a Creative Cloud member, it will extend your membership. So, yeah, we just want you to create and share with us. So, yeah, make sure to download XD. Also, make sure to ask questions. We have two creative professionals, 2 UX designers working for this agency based in San Diego called Telepathy. So you can ask any questions about their background, what is the life on a fun agency, what is UX design, so yeah.
Yes.
But what are we going to do today? So Jessica, you have an idea in mind.
So today what we're going to do, we're going to make an e-commerce experience. So yesterday we did a mobile app. Today we're going to do a website.
Yep.
So a little bit about Telepathy. So every year we do this bonus, and it's called the Betterment Bonus, where we encourage everybody to kind of find something to personally grow in. And so one of our amazingly talented designers, Anna, she did for hers this year this project called watercoloring. I don't know if you could see the screen here. So let's see. So this is her Instagram, and so what she did was Anna every day for 100 days did watercolor and did this as a kind of a retrospective of her feelings and emotions and also kind of her life and journey. And so she didn't know how to watercolor at all. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and
when
so,
she started, like.
And like even her first one, and I'm just gonna kind of scroll to the very early stages a little bit.
Okay, that Dan is back in the chat.
Dan? Oh, still no hat.
Yeah, no,
Maybe tomorrow. You got to tune in tomorrow.
Yeah. Make sure to come back tomorrow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So she didn't do any at all, and so what we wanted to do was, and she did 100 of these, and it was so inspirational, and since then she's been taking her watercolor experience and she's been turning into a shop as well. And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna actually make an e-commerce store that sells her watercolors, because her and I had a funny conversation about how I was like, you should take your watercolors and make them into gift wrapping paper.
And make something cool out of it.
I'm making something cool out of it, so that way I can like wrap my presents with cool stuff.
Yeah.
And so what we're gonna do is actually make an e-commerce site that sells gift wrapping paper, where you upload a design onto the gift wrapping paper, and then it prints out a gift wrap. So
it's like gonna be some sort also of like of a pattern builder.
A pattern builder, kind of inspired by Repeat Grid. Not gonna lie.
We'll
We'll
show a really crazy way to use.
Hey, Mathilde. We have people from China. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
What time is it in China right now?
What time is it in China, Chengxi Tsang? Let us know.
All right.
Zach from Canada. Okay, that's awesome.
So.
Also, guys, I want to let you know, Jessica and Claude, with our friends today, we're testing a new chat technology.
Okay.
Okay. Just for you. Just for you.
Okay. All right.
Usually, we have a delay between the real life and what they see, about like 24 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
So just for this show, we're testing a new technology. It should be around 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh.
Maybe we can try. Maybe we should ask a questions.
Okay.
And then someone has to instantly reply.
Yeah. So do you want to? Do you have any question about your prototype? Like someone like at this stage, if you want to get some feedback or or some ideas about what you want to build. Oh, maybe the name? No.
The name. We don't have a really good name.
Have a name.
We don't have a name.
Okay.
So here's a brief.
Yeah. Here's a brief.
It's gift wrapping and artistic, and it needs to look cool.
Okay.
It's a name though. The name.
Yeah, it needs to sound cool.
It's an e-commerce site that
Okay,
sells
cool.
custom gift wrapping paper.
Okay.
And to Claude's
Gift wrapping
point,
paper.
it's gotta be cool.
Okay.
Shopping experience.
Gift.
Okay.
We
Okay,
need a-
find a name. Go. Grafta.
Grafta.
Okay.
Grafta, okay.
Water wrap
Water.
on my left.
Go, guys. Quicker, quicker. We need
I
names.
just realized that they
Jesse,
have
you
to
want
think
to
about it.
become a
you
designer. Yeah, you need to think about it.
think about it, so it's
Quicker.
not good for testing.
So far, we have Grafta.
Craft is good.
Creative
Grafta
Wrap.
is good.
Creative
Creative wrap
wrap.
is good.
Wrap it,
Creative
wrap
Wrap.
it.
Wrap art.
Wrap it.
Um,
Oh, rap art. That's amazing.
Wrap art. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap
Oh,
craft.
wrap it up is cute
Yeah.
too. I really like going for the cute names.
Okay.
Liquid wrap.
craft.
Okay.
Liquid
Wrap craft on my
Wrap craft.
giraffe wraps. Okay, why giraffe?
Giraffe.
Some guy. It's by some guy.
Giraffes are cool.
Some guy on
Is it this guy? Some guy?
Yeah, so thank you, Semia. Thank you, Christophe.
Gifty.
Roxanne say gifty. Roxanne.
Gifty. That's
Roxanne, by the way, people on the chat on Behance, Roxanne is in charge of the community on Behance. So she's in the Behance team.
cool. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
very cool.
Aqua Wrap, it's
Aqua
a wrap, Rapper, Rhapsody. Oh,
Wrap it
Rhapsody.
yourself.
I like it. Rapta. Oh, that's
We
awesome.
have names.
All right.
Yeah.
So
also,
we need to
if you
choose
can
one.
get
Let's
some
pick one.
feedback just for us in the chat, if you feel that is it more responsive? You know, when we read your stuff and you type in the chat, like, do you feel that there is
The,
just a tiny
closing of
delay?
a gap.
Let us know if you feel
Look,
that.
Dan,
Raptastic.
present paper. Dan,
Present
come on.
paper.
Could
Present paper. What?
present paper,
Present
Dan.
paper. Like it's super.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's straight
It
to
could
the
be like
point.
Sergeant Pepper.
yeah.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
I originally called it It's a Wrap because I was
It's a
thinking
Wrap?
of the coffee store It's a Grind, and I
You
was
wrap.
like, but then I always thought that was a weird
Okay.
name.
You wrap.
You
So,
wrap.
Okay.
All right, so should we get
It's-
started?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just.
What's the
Let's
name?
do it.
What's the name?
It's
Which
a
one
Wrap.
do you like? It's a Wrap.
It's a
It's
wrap.
So we'll work on some logo. Maybe we need a logo to.
You will work on the logo.
I'll work on the logo maybe on the side, and maybe
Yeah.
if some people on the chat want to give it a shot. So the name of the store is It's a Wrap. So you can shoot it on. Usually you do Twitter, right?
Twitter.
Yeah.
Or a logo like
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, for the logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to create a logo,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. Okay. If someone can type it in the chat. Okay. It's a wrap.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
It's
Thank
a
you,
trap.
Michelle.
It's a Trap.
It's a trap. No.
No, it's not a trap.
Yeah, if you want to create a logo, share it on Twitter. Make sure to add the hashtag Adobe Live. This is the only way for me to catch it. And the best logo, the one we prefer, will win a Creative Cloud subscription. Okay?
Damn.
Yes.
Okay.
Boom.
Yesterday we had a very good one. Like
Yeah.
No,
the
we had a
light night
lot of
one
really
is
good
like
ones.
the
What's his name
logo
again?
that they were using yesterday was created by Elliot, I think.
Elliot, there
Elliot
you
in
go.
the community.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and Claude, you wanted something from Adobe Stock? I've just emailed you
Okay.
the asset
Perfect.
if you need
Thank you.
Cool.
So,
Alright, so
what
let's get started,
are
yeah.
the features that we're gonna look at today? Do you have any like
Yeah.
overview
You want
of what
some
we're gonna
GoPro
demo?
time?
That would be. That would be
Okay.
Oh, okay, we'll
wonderful.
start with
The
some
GoPro
sketching.
time.
Yeah. So let's do that. We could focus on right here. I could just work off of this area.
Okay.
So we're gonna just sketch out some quick flows, and we're gonna start by just kind of let's see. Does it work?
Let's see. Maybe not.
Oh wait, I see something. Nope.
No. Okay.
That's okay.
Let me work on that.
I'm gonna start
Maybe-
sketching out
yeah,
these
you
flows
can
as
start
I
sketching.
talk about it. So we need a landing page, and so this kind of storefront page is going to have, some. I was thinking with this header that it should have some cool gift wrapping coming from the top. I kind of
Yeah.
like that. The whole aesthetic of this site is going to be pretty modern and light and kind of a little bit artisanal in terms of the styles, a little fashion centric, because it is going to speak to that audience of people who want to, take their art, take their creative work, and then like make it something really
Yeah.
posh and cool. And so from there, what we're gonna have some sort of header on the top. Then I'm not sure what's gonna say yet. Claude, you could come up with
Careful,
what it's gonna
yo-yo.
say.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And then it's gonna have two CTA buttons. So, it's an e-commerce store for people who want to buy. So the users who want to actually just buy gift wrapping like me. And then for people who want to make. So kind of similar to Etsy.
So would you? Okay. So you could. Let's say you create some. I am no talent with like
You come
watercolor,
here, yeah.
and I want to buy yours or Anna's drawings. So
Yeah.
So then I see that it's created by users and all that, right? Cool.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
that's it. I was like, your face.
Whoa.
So yeah, so one of the CTAs will be for people who are coming to buy gift wrap. One of the
Cool.
CTAs will be for people who are coming to
create
make
their
gift
own.
wrap.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
And so typical kind of e-commerce experience, what we'll have is like some of the categories on top for people like you and me who are talentless in watercolor
Yeah.
and want to just buy cool gift wrap. So
Cool.
they're going to, we're going to be able to see some of the most popular gift wrap
Cool.
right here. And then maybe another row below of, I don't know, something trendy like
Sounds good.
maybe seasonal. So we're in, what month this is? This is September.
Yeah.
So fall kind
That's
of things.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll even show off in the prototype scrollable a little bit. So
Nice.
they'll be able to see a little bit before the fall.
Maybe we can, and we'll see, but because we want to show that scrolling feature too. Maybe we'll show some maybe some social content, like
Yeah.
like some Instagram, like when people
Oh, yeah,
purchase,
yeah,
maybe
like
we
kinda
have
like
like a,
seen
some sort
on-
of an hashtag, like,
like
it's a
that.
wrap hashtag,
So I'll write
and people
down.
like put their content in there, and maybe a newsletter subscription. So if you
Alright.
want to like get the latest cool product that are created by those artists,
I like that.
but that's not what we're gonna focus
No.
on. Like we're gonna focus on the builder, and I can't wait to see
The builder.
how are you gonna do that, because you explained it
gonna
to
be-
me. It's like, yeah, we're
It's
gonna
gonna
use
be-
repeat grid, like
It's gonna be
Yeah.
really
It's
pretty
technical,
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
no.
yeah. So we're gonna, so I'm gonna sketch this and we're gonna see how close we are to actually execute this. So kind of like, so a person who clicks on the first CTA is gonna be able to create. They're gonna go into a creator, some sort of like online sort of WYSIWYG, and they're going, the way I picture it is there's a working pattern area, and that's the working pattern area, and then
Okay.
everything else repeats, right? And so if this whole thing is a sheet of gift wrapping paper, the person works in this area and puts things
And then
in here,
and
it
it
like
creates a pattern.
like a
after.
kaleidoscope almost. Like, yeah, it's going to pattern it. And so their toolbar is going to be on the left right here. And I was thinking that the toolbar would include like really simple, like user-friendly sort of tools, like rotate, you know.
Rotate, maybe add an image, like to
Add image. So, okay, and we could talk about this when we get
Yeah.
here, right? But like, do we add it globally? I'm not really sure yet,
Okay.
but it would be something like adding images. It would also include flipping.
Yeah.
It would also include scaling, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that kind of thing and whatever.
like really, really basic image manipulation.
Yep,
tools
exactly, and
That
delete.
allows the user to just like play around in it. Cool.
And so a person comes in here and then they could drop in their picture and then it would auto clone it here. So this is going to be funny because I'm not sure if we're going to get on the first try, but we'll see.
I mean,
that's the vision, right?
I think that's why
the
like
vision.
software like Adobe XD exists. It's to take those sketches and
Yeah.
bring them to fidelity,
Yep.
and without like really low cost effort and low cost
Yeah.
time, and really to validate that idea
Yeah,
and put it
totally.
in front of users.
To make
So,
that experience awesome.
yeah.
Yep, totally. And then so, you know, through trial and error, person's going to make a gift wrapping paper and there's going to be some probably floating done button that goes to the
Yep.
next screen. And then that global button takes them to a preview.
Preview.
Yep.
Nice.
And preview is going to probably have
Show it in there.
a real life model of a gift wrapping paper on a present.
Cool.
So like it would be really cool if the user saw, you know, maybe like one gift wrapping, like a little
Like a
bow
box.
thing, and then your actual present actually has your design on it. So if you could see it in context of the real world.
Oh.
So we'll put that wrapper there, and then people can decide, yeah, this is gonna look legit on my presents that I want to do for people. Cool.
And then they can buy straight from
Yep,
there.
and you could either confirm or go back, right? And so one goes back, one goes forward, and then that will add to a cart, and then from there we'll have a checkout experience.
We have a lot to do, eh? Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's gonna
Yes, you
be
can.
The
Yeah,
aspiration is then checkout.
all right.
see.
Cool.
Let's see if we get that far. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Good?
Cool.
Okay.
Let's
So-
go back to
Yeah.
computer.
So let's actually put this stuff over there and pull this in here.
So, again, guys on the chat, the name of that e-commerce site is It's a Wrap, and we're gonna look to have a logo so you can put it on Twitter, and we're gonna take a look at some logos and give some critique, and also just select one, and the winner wins a subscription Adobe Live.
Yeah, Creative Cloud. Yeah,
Creative
One year
Cloud.
Creative Cloud. Awesome.
So we didn't get any logo, but we got some prototypes.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we have the Sparkle car wash.
Oh,
Okay. So wash it.
oh my God, nice.
Select your
Where did I
wash.
find that picture?
Yeah, this picture is not easy to find. Like you have to dig very far on the web to find this.
That's legit. Wow.
Okay,
I
and then
need
the
a car
caching
wash.
experience,
Yep.
and there are some
Discounts.
discounts. So which is
Top wash. Enter
Yeah.
code. Very nice.
but that's good. I mean the navigation works. So the car wash it was by RMT Design, and then we have a Right Rabbit. Okay, what is it? Rotimi. So let's start exploring. Oh, nice! Look at that.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Project
Project.
title. Okay. I guess it's about pictures and oh yeah, you can check the portfolio.
Oh, nice.
You have some filters.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice
A lot of
pictures.
Cool.
Yep. Good interactions.
navigations. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And about 10 screens design. So that's it's a good
Very
job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good photos.
All right.
Good job. But now we need some logo. Okay.
Yeah.
We do
We
need
need
a
to
logo.
create some logos for It's a Wrap.
It's a wrap.
So for those of you guys who are watching my screen now, let's start from the top. So if you aren't familiar with XD, there's some great right off the bat templates, sizes that you can start from, whether you're starting your mobile project, right, or a website, which we're going to do today, or even custom. I wanted to just quickly nod to the UI kits, which I adore.
Yeah.
You can click on any of these. Let's say Google Material. It'll take you to Material Design site along with a downloadable link to the prototype that you need for XD. And then when you click on that, actually, you get, let's see, sticker sheet for XD. You can basically see the whole Material Design component library.
It's so good. It makes life way easier. It's good to follow those like leader in terms of design. So yeah,
Drag and drop. So super fun, awesome if you need anything.
all the components.
And they
and
have
that,
this for Windows, iOS, and Android. So it's pretty sick. All right, so let's actually start with a website. I'm gonna just click on this guy, and here's
Can you explain to Joaquin is asking where do I get that? the
yeah,
materials?
you can
Maybe
get it in two places actually.
Okay.
So you can actually get it from the
welcome screen?
the welcome screen right here where it says UI
UI
kits.
kits. Okay.
You can also get it when you're in a project, and you can go to File, Get UI kits, and then you have
Google material.
Yep, and Google Materials, the one that I
Apple,
just
iOS, and
chose.
Windows. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Cool. So let's start with our first artboard. So this is going to be the storefront. So it's called It's a
It's
Wrap.
a wrap, like homepage.
It's a Wrap homepage.
Yeah.
All right. So It's a Wrap homepage, and on this page we're going to be.
Samia is asking, can the logo submission be a sketch? Yes, Samia. Just share. We will see. We will see. And if you like the sketch, I can quickly work in Illustrator or maybe Claude, and
we'll do some sort of light trace.
Yeah.
I can
think
work
it
too.
could be kind of cool too, because it's like a crafty thing. So if it's a nice
just share,
written
Samia.
sketch,
We will see.
So somewhere on the top of this page, Claude, I'm gonna probably need like a cool illustration, or a photo. That's where I kind of think the gift wrapping should come in. But
Cool.
right here is where we're gonna have a simple title that's gonna say, I don't know, make or buy custom gift wrap paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you make it smaller for the people on the screen?
Then I'm gonna zoom in. This is default text in XD. And then what we're gonna do, let's just make it really big here for a second and talk a little bit about this, because we're gonna put in a cool thing in a second. So
Inkfamil, we are using Adobe XD. Okay, it's in beta. It's free. It's part of Creative Cloud for Windows and Mac users. And Claude, how would you define Adobe XD? How would you introduce Adobe XD?
Designing at the speed of thought.
Oh my god.
You see, Michael, I'm a really thoughtful guy.
Oh my god.
I have
such a
deep
scam.
thoughts. No, but
Design
I think
at the speed of thought.
overall, I
Suddenly
think that Adobe XD is amazing. I've been working in the web design now for a few years and working with Photoshop. At one point, Photoshop was never designed to do web or apps. And that's why when they came in with Adobe XD, like super fast software that allows you to design at the speed of thought.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
All right, I'm just making up some lipsum. So take your art to the next level and create beautiful gift wrapping paper with your work. I just used too many exclamation points there.
It's detail.
I don't think I've ever seen a header that has an exclamation point in the center. All right, cool. So some of the things I'm doing, so I'm using Align tool right on the top right corner. There's also shortcuts for it. If you hover over, just quick tip, if you hover over any of these things, you can get the shortcut that you want pretty immediately. So I'm making some text here. This is, by the way, just like simple text line. This is paragraph text right here. And then we're gonna need some CTAs. Now, I kind of cheated a little bit, and I actually thought of the styles a little bit yesterday, right?
Perfect.
So we're gonna actually show off a little bit of CC.
Ooh, that looks sexy.
So let's pretend it wasn't me and somebody else. Someone on this awesome design team made a style tile of some sort, right?
Direction.
A little bit of a vision for how this is going to aesthetically be. And actually, Claude and I were having a conversation offline of whether we wanted it to feel more like this, or we were actually looking at the header. So actually, here's where we could test some real-time speed. But if you guys think that this, one. Here's one, and here's two.
Okay, 1 or 2. Let us know now.
Fast.
What do you prefer?
So
1 again.
1.
Type 1 in the chat, or 2.
Oh my
What
god.
are people
Okay,
saying?
this is coming.
2.
1.
Okay. 1, 2,
You guys
1,
gotta
2,
count.
1, 2.
A lot of 1 on YouTube. The answer is more 2. I mean, it's funny.
I'll put them side by side, so that way you guys can
Oh my God,
contrast
that would
and
be awesome.
compare.
I vote 2, 100%.
I started with 1, and then Claude was like, "No, go use this one."
Try
Be
this.
bold.
Be bold.
Oh,
I feel
3.
that-
Matthias says
I
feel
3.
that-
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Matthias.
None of the
Very
above.
helpful.
Subtle art direction. All right, what's
Okay,
the consensus?
2 is winning.
2 is winning?
Yep.
All right, let's
Maybe
do
we
2.
should ask our friend too.
Oh.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Let's introduce our...
What do you think about number 1?
Just trust me. I'm an artist.
Okay. Just say something. Number 1.
It feels too designed.
Too
It's too
designed.
designed.
Too
So
Good
yeah, let's
designed.
design.
go
We're
for
going number 2.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, great.
It's always good to have an art director.
Yeah, always.
Chops in.
Yeah.
All right,
I need
so
to give you 1 for the agency.
Oh yeah,
my
I
goodness.
need one. Yeah.
just in case you need those.
Yes.
So we're going to
Okay.
go with 2.
Thanks
So,
for the feedback.
yeah, thank you so much. And we're going to actually go ahead and add this style to our CC library. We have a new library that Claude and I are on called Adobe Live 2 for a second day. And I'm going to go ahead and add that style. So I did that ahead of time. Let me actually go ahead and do that with this guy too. So yesterday we were showing off Illustrator and using CC library. Today we're going to show off Photoshop for those who use Photoshop.
Yeah.
And so from here, I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to add that fill color only to CC library. So I have this guy, I have this guy, I have some colors here. Actually, it's kind of small. And then I also have some of these types right here, right? So going into, I'm going to close out Photoshop a second, and here we are. You can actually, in the latest kind of build, go to and open up your CC library. So that's just going to File, Open CC Library, and you can already see that from here we have those very same. I just added that
that's
color,
good.
that pink salmon color, just a second ago, and you can see it already here in CC Library. And in the browser, I actually have Claude in this CC library as well. So if I go in here, you can actually see the updated. And so your team in an agency, you have a lot of people working on the same project.
Makes it super easy to collaborate and bring projects to life.
Awesome.
So with that, we just had that awesome header, and I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. But actually, what I'm going to do is make it contained.
Oh yeah.
So Creative Cloud libraries are pretty new in XD, in the beta.
Yep.
It's something that has been released recently, but we're still
Okay,
working
so
on
I
it,
have-
so there will be some improvement, Nathan. I just saw your question. Vladimir, also you are asking, are XD files going to be compatible with After Effects in the future? So you need to understand that Adobe XD is built with the community and based on the feedback from the community. So I'm pretty sure a mod will type in the chat the link to adobexd.uservoice.com, but this is the website where you can explain why it would make sense to make it compatible with After Effects. Because just reading your text, I cannot answer because I don't understand the use case. Yeah. Is there a challenge for these live events like the others? Yeah, Thibaut, so we still want you to create a 3-screen experience. The theme is still shopping. Feel free to share. We've already featured 2 awesome prototypes. One for car wash and the other one was a routine. So keep sharing. Yeah, and we still need a logo.
Yep.
What are these designers doing?
Well,
come on, we need a logo. It's a wrap.
Is the wrapping?
It's still working on
it. It is 2 words. That's what I thought.
Okay, make a logo for the app. The name is It's a Wrap, and share it on Twitter. The hashtag is Adobe Live. Okay, this is how I can get your design.
All right, so as you see with CC Library, I'm just taking what I had originally written and going ahead and just kind of updating these styles. We need a CTA button, I just realized, and so I think that was actually in the style tile. Yep. And so here I'm going to take this button style and I'm going to actually add it into CC Library as well. And I'm only going to take this time the fill and stroke color.
Oh, okay, you select the settings you want to.
Yep, and then add that here. I'm going to need this text right here, so I'll add that as well. Just the character style and color, and then basically go back in, and now I have updated versions. So in real time, Claude could be doing this very same thing, right?
Yeah.
And then we can be adding those styles here while I'm getting them updated and then updating my design, right?
We just got 2 logos.
Nice.
Nice.
Want to see them?
It's a wrap, yep.
Okay, so the first one is by Neha Sood.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, I guess, with like
with the box.
Yeah,
an
the
open
box.
letter
Yep,
or
yep.
a box.
Very cool.
And this one
Quite colorful.
with the W,
That's
colorful
cool.
pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool.
let's wait for a few minutes. I'm sure
we need
that
a
we have some friends
bit more.
working on other
Yep.
designs.
I think we're looking for something slightly more elegant, like crafty.
Okay.
Crafty? Craftier.
Yeah.
What does crafty?
Chic. Boutique chic.
Boutique chic.
Chic boutique. Chanel.
Louis Vuitton.
So let's see. I'm gonna add a button here. I'm gonna take one of those colors that I used earlier, which is the white.
We just got one which is very chic. It's for you, Claude.
Oh my gosh.
My creative raccoons.
Nice. All right. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you, creative raccoons. Good job. I don't think we'll keep this one, but yeah, nice try.
Let's see.
Okay.
By paper. That's
Yeah.
more chill, like by
Yeah.
paper. All right, let's do that. And then that'll be this guy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make rounded corners. So on the appearance panel or through a couple other ways, these guys right here, you can actually go ahead and you'll see I'm pointing at the screen, but nobody can see my finger. You can actually change this rounded corner size right here, or you can change it here.
I love this. You know when it appeared in Illustrator.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
It's
Or you could change them individually if you want to do something like that nobody does anymore.
I mean,
Who
let's
does
do
that?
it.
Okay, no,
Let's
no,
bring back
no,
the trend.
No, we're gonna make this beautiful.
Okay,
You just said
go.
chic, right?
Okay, yeah.
So,
Well, chic. I would not do a rounded corner for chic. No.
well,
Okay. No. We'll
circle.
talk about later.
Circle design.
Yeah.
I know
Go
you
for
love
it,
your
go for it.
circle buttons. So we're gonna line these guys here, make sure that they're all evened up, and then I'm gonna group them, Command G. And then there's one CTA, and actually I'm gonna make a second CTA. And I'm going to turn this into a symbol before I go, which is Command K. If you also don't ever remember your shortcuts, you can actually right click and then you can use all these things here. You can see make symbol
Few
right
tips.
there. A few clicks to get you a symbol, and you see that guy just popped up right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can get that CTA whenever you want. Real quick note about symbols. The text is dynamic, so you can actually go ahead and change this text to say,
I can
Claude.
change it everywhere.
Yep.
That's
and
good.
so
That's useful.
useful to know. And then I'm going to make a second CTA. This isn't a symbol, and I'm going to make this one black, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do black. And then we'll do white for that color. And then
this-
I think it has a stroke, so let's just get rid of the stroke. Yeah.
No, do make your own. Make
Oh, yeah,
your
build
own.
your,
Build
make
your
your
own.
own.
Make your own.
Make your own.
Yeah, we're speaking to the makers out there. Yeah, the craftiers, the
Makers.
DIY people. Do it yourself.
Spending Saturdays at the Fab Lab. Welcome,
Alright.
makers.
I'm going to say
Good
bye.
morning, Ryan. Thanks for joining.
I'm gonna change
Ryan
it
is the
to
one who
GIF
shared a
font.
prototype yesterday with Christmas.
Oh,
Shipping
nice.
list,
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure these are pretty
Okay, so
close.
we have a question from Matt. Why are these prototyping tools such as XD linking on producing apps when the average person downloads one every 1.5 month? So here, Matt, we're designing a website, you know. So it's not about producing apps, and sometimes you don't necessarily produce apps for the Apple Store. You know, like you have a lot of apps also for enterprise company. I don't know if you ever worked on the internal websites or internal apps, you know, for
Yeah.
but it's a huge market too. So don't be scared, Matt. You can design apps, websites, and your customer will find a way to promote it. Don't worry, and get users. Can we design the website and win too? Okay, David. Can we design a or maybe you mean a website? Yeah, sure. Yeah. It doesn't have to be an app. If you want to design a shopping experience, which is a website.
Too big of a font. I'm gonna just reduce this by like.
What is the site name again? It's a wrap.
I'm gonna change it to
You
that.
see wrap on the screen. It's a wrap. I think we have new logos.
New logos.
Yeah, we have new logos. Okay, so we have
that one's clever.
Mariam. It's a wrap. Okay, playing with the what's the name of this?
A little
The
bow.
bow. Playing with the bow.
The bow.
The bow. It's a wrap. Oh, it's a graffiti style, like 80s.
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell. Yeah. It's playful. Okay, why not? Maybe for kids, you know, this could work.
Yeah.
And something more handwritten by Ahmed. It's a wrap.
Oh, that's cool. That's clean.
Yeah, that's clean. Okay. Oh, okay. We got a winner.
Oh my goodness!
Good job.
Everyone is going to be on Star Wars today, and that's awesome.
Okay, let's go back to Jessica. London, come on, behave.
Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go finish up this most by popular, and then I'll make a second label below. That'll be fall favorites.
Yep.
And then we're going to go ahead and change these two type styles to be here, so that way they feel the same. Actually,
We have Robert Bradford. I think he watched a previous episode of Adobe Live with you guys.
all right.
And says with a digital telepathy back on, took a lot of inspiration from you guys when starting my YouTube.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome! You should send the YouTube
Good,
link.
Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert. We should check. Gus, can you check? Save Robert Bradford so we can check his YouTube channel.
Yeah. So
So do you want me to go grab screenshot?
Yeah,
Zip
so
them,
right
or
now-
airdrop.
totally. So
Cool.
I actually now put them in the
Okay.
in
The library.
In the library, yeah. So I am right now designing from the sketch that we had a couple of these tiles. So you're going to see maybe 4 or 5 different gift wrapping paper sort of tiles. And so what I'm doing right now is, Claude, I need a couple designs there of like cool looking wrapping paper, probably wrapping paper.
Okay.
Yeah. Ones that are already sort of out there. If you Google wrapping paper, yeah. So like, let's see.
That's
if
good.
you.
Yeah.
Yep. And then so do that. And then in the meantime, some of those are horrendous.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and hit Command R, and that shows up the repeat grid, which is one of my favorite tools on this app. And what the repeat grid does, for those of you guys first-time XDers, shows you
XDers.
It shows you basically the same element in this repeat grid. And if you are on, so this guy on the left is an assets panel, but you can actually change this between let me put this guy on the right. You can change this between the symbols and the assets versus the layers. And so here's my repeat grid. This, for those of you who don't know how to use this, this is a contextual navigation. In other words, right now it shows you what you see in front of you, right? But if I were to click into this repeat grid, it actually allows you to see what's in there, which is really nice.
So that's the layers panel, and I remember when we released the first beta of XD. I mean, the one you were working on, you remember?
Oh.
There was no layer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was very blind.
There was no layer,
like auto
and it
click
was
on.
so on user voice. The community was like, "We need layers, we need layers." But Talin, who is the lead designer, he's one of the guests on Adobe Live. He will be here at the end of the day. I was like, layers. I'm not sure. I don't want to end with like 500 layers on the screen.
Totally.
But they kept working, and then they came up with this idea of contextual layers, and I think it works.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I think it's awesome.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and once Claude gets those assets in, I'll put them in. But
No
for
pressure.
now, I'm gonna go to a new screen. I think that's about all I could do here for now. And so you can create a new artboard easily. I personally tend to just Control-C the artboard and then paste it, and then it creates a new one on the right.
Cool.
Especially because you have a lot of global elements usually. And so I just did that, but I just realized I don't need any of them. So I'm going to go, and actually I'll use the button. And I'm going to take this symbol button here, and I'm actually going to change it to, what is this? Finish design or something? Maybe something like that.
Or like at this point you're
preview.
Yeah.
Or what about save? We probably need a save button too, huh?
Yeah.
I'll add that in later. Remind me to add it in later.
We have users saying, hey, you can use Command D to duplicate.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, thank you, Kelsey.
And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a panel, some sort of tool panel. Not really sure what it's going to do yet. Let's make it black for now. Kind of
Taryn,
nice.
thanks for joining.
And you know what I haven't done yet? I actually haven't used any of the assets panel colors yet. So let's do that real quick.
Okay. So what is the asset panel?
So we were talking about CC Library for a while, this dynamic sort of style guide centric area. You can also add styles locally to your file. And so this assets panel, if I wanted to just take this color, I can hit a plus button. Right now the assets saves colors, including strokes and fills and gradients. Character styles like this typography here, and those symbols, and you could just hit a plus and it adds that color there. And this is really cool actually because I'm gonna experiment here. This might actually be trial and error, we'll see. Where do you do this? Okay, cool. So I believe that you can edit this, and when you edit it,
it's a global color.
Global color change.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's cool, because this you can easily just
change anything.
Like you put your shapes everywhere, and then you see as a overall zoomed out view how it affects everything. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So super cool
Louis.
feature.
Louis, the creator, is joining us.
Oh.
Not just Louis. It's Louis, the creator.
It's good. It's good to be specific.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got this panel here.
Some new stuff on Twitter. Yeah. Ooh,
oh, more
okay. Yeah,
paper.
we have good stuff actually. Yeah, if we can switch. Thank you. We have It's a Wrap. Is it what you were aiming for?
Yeah,
Crafty
it's good.
stuff?
I mean, you gave the direction here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just following your
It's
cue.
a wrap.
All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
that's
cute.
cute. Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the same. Yeah, Jarrett.
I like this one the best so far. Up. This one.
The cute one?
That's
The
kind of
cute
cool.
one?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. You want to use it?
Yeah.
Okay. That one. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one?
That's the one. You good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah,
You
sure.
sure?
Because
Claude,
we give away a Creative Cloud subscription.
I think it's super nice. It's missing like the text.
it is missing the text.
That would be my only
Why don't you add the text
piece
then?
of I could add the I'll use
take
that
the mark.
and I'll take the type in.
And then you add the type.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Done.
All right.
Okay, Jonas. Yeah, good job. I see you in the chat.
All right.
Jonas
so
Forte. Okay, Jonas, we will contact you on Twitter.
I'll just
to get a Creative Cloud subscription. Good job.
yeah.
Airdrop
I will
it to
share
you.
it with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can go back to Jessica's screen.
Yep. So at some point, Claude, we're probably going to need those icons. Let me name a couple of the functions. So the functions I'm going to go ahead and lock this guy since I'm going to be messing around with it, which is Command L. Really easy. And then you see that there's the lock guy. And you can always release locks by either hitting Command L again, or you can actually click on this little cute little lock icon right there.
Yeah.
And then it releases a lock. But I'm going to lock this. I also just realized I should name this to Builder.
Yeah.
All right. Builder. And then from here, what we're going to have, I feel like did I put a text there? No. Okay. So first functionality will be add
An image.
Add artwork.
Yeah, artwork.
All right. Add artwork. And I'm going to put that there. Second thing is going to be what? What did we say it was going to be? Let me pull up this Post-it note. So we said it would be...
Flip.
Where'd it go? Oh. Yeah. So rotate.
Mm-hmm.
90 degrees. No, 45. 45. 90. 45. 45.
Yeah.
How do you do the?
Oh,
The degree?
Yeah.
Wow, good luck.
Oh, command option
Found
K. 45. You know, I actually, thanks to you, Claude, know how to add an accent on an E,
Yeah.
which is
When
option
people
E.
are playing with my computer, sometimes they're like, "What's your French keyboard?"
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know.
rotate
You
45
guys are
degrees clockwise.
And for the friends watching, you still have an
Open
opportunity
paragraph, okay.
to win a Creative Cloud subscription during this show. Make sure to
Where's
share a
my
prototype, okay?
Alright.
The theme is shopping. At least 3 screens. You design with XD. We share it on Twitter. You add the Adobe Live hashtag. And this will be okay.
Alright,
Sweet.
so what did you call that thing? GIF rep, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
What
And
is
it's
this
just
thing?
images.
Oh, very nice. Let's
So you can
see.
drag them in your.
So
sharing that
this is
feature.
great. So we're gonna. So Claude, just for you guys who are watching, Claude just gave me a folder that he zipped to me, and in here has
Multiple images.
multiple images. Yeah, so you can see right here just pictures. Oh, it's cute. Of things. Those are adorable.
This is
and
the best. Kind of Wes. Yeah.
he might not make it in. I only have 4 tiles. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna take these and I'm gonna throw them in here. So for if you remember, this is a repeat grid, and so by throwing in this one image here, it will take the images
That's
linearly
So good.
and just kind of showing ta-da. You know?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? What the?
What? Uh-oh.
Is that a sloth that's
It's a sloth.
doing
Yeah, it's a
exercise?
sloth. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's very agile.
And then I'm going to actually go ahead and take these left 4, and then we're going to add them to the bottom section here. So you've got fall favorites below, and you have the images above. And so now I'm going to keep going here. You know what? Actually, I think that with all of these, I'm going to go ahead.
Send me the logo, Michael.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got it.
Perfect.
You have to rename the extension, but
Cool.
So I've decided that with all of these, so this commonly happens when you pull in assets in a mock. They all come in different kind of styles and photographic sort of a tones and aesthetics. And so I'm going to go back into the
you
repeat
have to
grid.
rename the extension.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go back to the repeat grid. So if you see here, you can actually look here. I'm going one deep. I'm going deep. And we're going to actually add something else here, which is I'm going to go ahead and add another box here. Oops, I didn't do that right. Let's see. Yeah. And so that box is added to all of them. And I'm going to change this to a gradient.
Oh.
And I'm going to lower the opacity. Oh, that looks terrible. And I'm going to change it to maybe one of the accents of this color is a little pink maybe. So we'll do that.
Hola, Nestor. Thanks for joining.
And just a little bit. So that way they all kind of have a little bit more of a sort of unified sort of feel.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
so
it's softer.
a little bit softer,
very well.
you know, because some of these like Kanye, a little harsh.
Very saturated.
Right?
With a high contrast.
Yeah, and so I'll do that, and then I'll add this
It's a nice
guy
trick.
here as well. So they all kind of feel a little bit more closer together that way. So just a little quick tip
Yep.
on unifying some photographic styles that may look different. All right, so we're on this screen. And on this screen, what are we doing? Add artwork, rotate 45 degree clockwise. Since this is an MVP, we're only going to let people click on the same button to go rotate 45 clockwise. The next one we'll need is flip.
Yep. Maybe a scale one, maybe.
Scale. Scale. How's that? Well, let's not flip the details. Scale. What else do we need? And trash, right?
Yeah.
Delete.
You want to delete one part, yeah.
Yeah. Delete.
Cool.
Delete art. Actually, let's make them all scale art so that way people realize that it's a individual object. Flip art.
For the people joining, I see Nestor. Maybe Claude, you can explain again what Jessica is designing today.
Oh yeah, so today we're building an e-commerce, pretty unique e-commerce experience. So it's a website using Adobe XD, and so it's a website that will allow you to buy some nice and fancy
wrapping paper,
gift wrap paper.
Yep.
So we asked the chat to come up with a name, and It's a Wrap was the best name, and we also have a nice logo here that I will just add some text in there to create the full logo of it. So yeah, the users in that case would be able to either one buy some paper that is created by some different artists or create their own paper. So Jess is currently building the builder and she's going to show you in a second, and I can't wait to see how are you going to do that. But she came up to me with like I think I can like do some sort of like a builder and then using like the repeat grid in a crazy way. So stay tuned, and I think it's going to be pretty crazy.
Pretty quick. All right,
it's going to be cool. And I see Valentin. Some friends.
Yes, that's
friends,
super friends.
Valentin de Bruin, you will soon be here, so you should check his portfolio. He's an amazing illustrator.
Nice.
So these are all placeholders for now because we're kind of jumping straight past the wireframing point. Claude's making a beautiful logo right now, and then after that he's going to make some icons. And so here's where the icons are going to go, Claude.
Yep.
The user's going to be able to just click on one of these things. I'll delete this after you're done with this. And I'm going to move on to the part that Claude's very skeptical about. That I'm not going to lie. I'm a little
nervous now.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Okay. I'm going to make a little gridded section. And yeah, so
he'll be fine. It's gonna work.
Yep. So this is the section that that's too small. Person's gonna be able to work in this area right here for now. This is part wireframe, not design yet. And they're going to be able to take art. So let's go to Anna's watercolors real quick, right? So the use case here is that Anna has this beautiful artwork that she made. She obviously sees the potential in turning this into a awesome gift wrapping paper that I'm gonna buy because I'm gonna buy it. And then this is actually a beautiful one right here. So, creative people, they take stuff on the internet and then put it into their mocks all the time. So I'm actually just gonna copy this to my clipboard and then go back into Photoshop. Open up a new file that automatically has dimensions and paste that there. I'm going to adjust the levels because if you look really deeply in here,
there's texture.
There's texture. So I'm going to get rid of that just a little bit with the levels, and then just kind of make it so that way, the textures are not too there. I see I might have oversaturated, but it's okay. It's for the case. And I'm going to copy this over and then paste that in here. So now we've got watercolor number 1. And I might want to reuse this object at some point, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a symbol anyway.
Hi, Morgan.
So this is her thing, and actually I'm going to make it this big. And so my vision is that this guy is going to, on the watercolor, repeat a couple times. Okay. And then I'm actually going to need a couple more things. I have too many windows open. I'm going to go in and grab a couple more watercolors. So let's see, what else?
Have you ever tried in Capture the pattern?
Yes. That is, that's a great tool for, that's basically what it's basically the same thing that we're building. There is technology for this. We have the technology at Adobe. But if you're me and scrappy like this, I'm just going to copy it like this. And let's see, create a new doc, and I'm going to go ahead and do basically what Capture does, which is turn things into patterns. And this e-commerce site is basically stealing a pattern. Yes.
I see some people in the chat talking about the mobile version. So this is something we didn't mention, but in Adobe XD, you can design the experiences from multiple screens in one single project. So you can design, for instance, the experience that would be on an Apple Watch, how it would start for the user, and then maybe he comes, the user gets into a shop, and it becomes a TV experience, and it will end at home on their desktop computer. And you can really design the journey of the user in one single project.
Screens everywhere.
Yeah, screens everywhere, multiple dimensions, connecting the screens. So it's very cool.
So right now, I am going to make a side artboard, because I realize I need to actually have a vision for what this is going to look like in order for it to be beautiful.
Work on the vision.
I'm gonna go ahead and just like rotate it here, and I don't know if I want a watercolor. Let's see, what else do I want? Maybe I want like
watermelons.
Watermelons?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to crop it out. I'll do
something that it's all white around, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, you could do that. I'll just use the seashell.
Yeah, that's good.
Seashell's cute. And then.
Okay. Remove the texture with the labels.
Yeah. And then, oh, I see there's still a little bit of texture there, so I'm just going to add it in manually and just make that white on the corners. All right, so let's take a look at XD, and I'm going to add this final seashell into my composition.
We have Sebastian watching from Chile. Whoa.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, let's see if our friends keep sharing prototypes. Yeah.
The contests.
Right.
We still receive some logo entries.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Matches the font style a lot. That's pretty
maybe
cool.
we can show that. Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah,
Yeah.
we still receive some entries. That's cool. We received a prototype also. It's a shopping Pokewave.
Pokewave. Okay, let's.
Pokewave. So Pokewave.
Oh, nice.
I will order a hungry
Pokeball?
bowl because I'm hungry. I will order some rice. Okay, I can continue.
That's pretty clean.
Okay, I can. Yeah, that's clean. It's like a classic shopping experience to order food.
Build your bowl.
I think I'm good. I can submit. Oh, this is confirmed. Okay, thanks.
All right.
And that's it. Yeah.
So it's coming, right?
Yeah, it's coming.
Like when
Pokewave. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to track the delivery.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good job.
All right. How's that builder?
Keep sharing your
Well,
prototypes.
so I'm actually making the creative work here. I'm not just doing the builder now. We're going into Creative Cloud for a second. This is obviously a UI kit for a UI tool for UXers, but you can have a little fun with it. The first thing when I saw Repeat Grid was I was like, holy crap, you can make patterns out of this thing. And from an asset standpoint, that was easy. And so here, I'm going to take these 3 objects that I was messing with. I'm going to actually release this from Symbol for now, since I don't actually want to maybe mess with that. And I'm going to Repeat Grid that. So my vision for the wrapping paper is, I'm going to proof it actually in here, is that if I was buying wrapping paper, if this is the wrapping paper, it would look something like this, right?
Yep.
And so,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because someone submitted a video, but yeah, we will watch it later.
so let's see. I think I want to have these guys just do a little bit of overlap.
Oh, Kamalesh.
And I want
impressive.
it to feel like this. And then also, so for those of you guys who are wondering what this pink space is, on Repeat Grid, you can actually adjust the width and height padding between objects. And so I'm actually going to do reverse. I'm going to overlap these objects so it feels actually a little bit more like wrapping paper. And then, yeah, spacing is a little bit much. Maybe I'll just kind of add them.
Oui, Morgane. C'est exactement ça.
So.
Yeah. I get some questions in French.
Est-ce que
Aaron
c'est
said in
le
French,
ciel
yeah,
de
like,
Wikicon?
yeah.
Ouais, exactement.
Yeah, exactement.
Ouais.
It looks great, Jessica.
There it is.
So
Is it the first time you see something creative like that with the repeat grid?
Seriously?
That's right.
Yeah.
So there it
First
is.
time.
Wrapping
Looks
paper.
great.
So, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And you know, looking at it one more time, I think I actually want to add one more of these in there. So kind of do something little texture here. We'll reduce the one on that one, and bam, wrapping paper. So
you imagine being like we would recreate that experience
now we're gonna
inside your builder.
There's a little
Cool.
Inception. So
Nice.
this is the vision
Seriously, what do you think?
of the wrapping
Guys,
paper.
Friends in the chat, seriously.
Yeah, we need to.
Well,
We need some claps in the chat.
can you clap digitally?
Oh,
Can you
Anna,
clap?
here's Anna.
Try to clap.
Anna!
Money.
Anna,
Yeah, a lot of money.
See, and then after this, Anna's gonna make her own gift wrapping paper and sell it online.
We see some claps. Okay, this is coming.
All right, so we've got this wrapping paper, which is the vision for our real UI now. It's a little inceptionized, but let's go back to here. So let's pretend I did that again. So the objects that I'll need are this guy, which I already have, this guy, which he's right there, this guy's right there, and then the last object is this seashell, which I went ahead actually and just lassoed out the background, so it's a little cute little seashell here. So if I'm Anna, I've got these 3 pieces of art, and I'm gonna have to add them in here. So once I come to here, we're probably gonna actually turn this into a onboarding.
Hi and hello. Jessica is working in Adobe XD. It's
Alright.
part of Creative Cloud.
And in here, we're gonna create a section for them to do the same thing. So if I'm Anna, I'm probably gonna want to add the artwork. So we're gonna just pretend that she added it here. Let's actually give it some sort of, I don't know, something like a border. Maybe it'll be neon for now until we figure out a better color. And we'll actually, maybe not neon, we'll see. But we'll change it to that later. And so this will be sort of what the user is looking at. They just plopped in an artwork button. And this is the first guy. And so, Claude, when we're adding in artwork, do we think that Anna's going to work on art one at a time? Should we make a bunch of screens where she's adjusting this first one, or should we add all three in one screen? What do you think?
I think it should be like, it's going to be one by one.
One by one,
I
okay.
think so.
Cool.
Or it could be like add artwork, then you select multiple files from like from your Finder. You know what I mean?
Okay, got
So
it.
it's like
Okay.
you select a few things.
All right.
We
Well,
can mimic that.
okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Cool.
So, let's see. So I'm actually going to, let's see for a second. She, in this screen, actually it's really in this screen. I made an onboarding screen in case we want to go back and make a screen that says, this is how you use this thing. So she's here, and then she's going to go ahead and do exactly what basically, we're going to pretend that she made this thing. And so she's going to want to scale first. So this is the first state, and then we're going to want to make a version of it scaling down a little bit, right? Like that. So it'll show that she scaled it down.
Yep.
And I'm gonna leave it on the side for now. I'm making basically the assets right now. We're gonna stitch them together when we prototype it.
Anyway, I can help you to
Icons, those icons, right?
And
Yeah.
can you grab me a screenshot? And I'm
Of
gonna
these
make
guys?
that preview box of your whole pattern.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do that. So do it like in a square format, like
a square format.
like
How big?
put your artboard taller,
Taller.
like zoom out, and then put this. Just a big screenshot, yeah,
How big?
the whole thing,
Oh really? Okay.
yeah.
Like that
And then
big?
I'll make the preview box because we were gonna have a
Oh
preview screen.
yeah, that's
So
right.
I stitched this using Photoshop,
No, good
distort.
Good point. Good point. So let's take that.
Cool.
Perfect, and I'll trade you some icons and the logo that you're
Alright.
gonna put.
Oh, you got the logo?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, let's.
Can we see your screen, Claude? See how it looks, the logo and stuff?
Oh yeah. So we got a logo coming from the chat, and I just added the type in.
Okay.
So it's a wrap. So we're gonna bring it in,
Okay.
and then now I'm gonna.
And you were working on some icons, you're saying?
Yeah, I worked on some icons.
So you were
Have the-
working. Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, Claude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I always look like I'm doing nothing, but yeah, I got some icons here that are
Nice.
pretty
Yeah.
nice
Designed
and
in
clean.
XD?
Designed
Oh.
in
Actually,
XD.
not.
No?
No,
In
no.
Illustrator?
Illustrator.
Oh, you could do this in XD. Come
Yeah.
on, Claude.
Too small. Let's see.
So yeah, now Jess is gonna bring those icons within the experience. So again, I think it's really good. Like Jess is working more on the big
yeah,
flow, and
those
I
are
like
nice.
provide her some assets, then she
Yeah.
can like fill it up in XD, so we collaborate really easily.
Cool.
Yeah. So there it is.
That's nice.
It's a
So
wrap.
Nathan is
Make
asking,
the logo
are you
bigger.
sharing your VS
You have to give it
Creative
a bigger
Cloud library?
JPEG.
It's not that big.
That's
No,
this
it's
is
not
how big
very
it ported in.
And this is what we came from.
Scale.
What came from Twitter. So
This is
Okay.
yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
perfect
it's
for the
good.
corner.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
So Nathan, yeah, Creative Cloud libraries today in XD. You can only sync colors and paragraph styles, but
Or no.
images like graphics are coming,
All right.
but not yet.
Let's see.
I'm gonna create
There
that
it
box.
is.
As you're
Rotate,
exchanging
yeah.
files, maybe I can show some prototypes that have been
Yeah.
created by our friends. Robert Bradford, he was saying that he was very inspired by your work
That's cool.
for his YouTube channel.
Thank you.
He shared actually an amazing prototype. Let's see. And so it's called Fleet.
Okay.
Okay, I can log in with Facebook. And
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
That's really slick.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Good imagery, good products. Yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
great.
That's
Good typography. Very clean.
we name
Wow.
a winner, right, today?
That yeah.
We'll see.
No, but yeah,
That's
yeah, we'll
legit.
see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sounds legit.
Maybe someone will change. And that's Robert from Milwaukee. Okay, good job.
Oh, beautiful. That
And
looks
then-
amazing.
We have something new.
Oh,
We have our friend Kamalesh Roy. He said, "No, I won't share a prototype. I will share a video."
Oh, all right.
Okay, are you ready?
Amazing. Bit creative.
You have to
Let's
be ready.
watch it.
Okay, be careful. There is some music. Ready?
Yep. Oh
Coming
my
soon.
god.
that motion blur.
Maybe it's a real app.
Love the music.
That.
Paul would love that.
Oh yeah.
It's a nice way to.
Yeah, is
You
it
were
Star
mentioning,
Wars?
It
yeah,
is,
like
it
Star
is,
Wars.
Yep,
Yeah,
It seems like today's a
That's
Star
cool.
Wars theme with It's a Wrap.
Oh my god.
but this is something you were mentioning yesterday. Like
The
you can
video.
record videos of
Yeah.
your prototype. So this is what it is. And
Yeah, I think
Oh,
this is
yeah.
pretty cool. Like, for example, I would see that easily fit super well. Like, let's say in a client presentation, you build that
Yeah.
prototype, you record it, then you bring it maybe in
the
Premiere.
slideshow or- yeah.
In Premiere, and then you build your whole
that's what he
presentation.
did, yeah,
That-
with-
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good work.
Nice
Oh, yeah.
job, guys. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Keep sharing prototypes. The theme is shopping,
Good.
and at the end of this show, we'll say, okay, this was our favorite prototype, and you can win Creative Cloud subscription.
Let's see. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna make those icons. So let's see. These are the icons you made. Rotate. Let's actually add this cart icon to here in the top right corner. Whoa, it's a big cart icon. Okay, let's see. So cart icon. This is, by the way, fully editable. So even though Claude did make it in Illustrator, you can actually go in and then
have all the path in
Yep,
there. Yeah.
and adjust the paths that you want to if you need to. So fully editable, awesome. So that's the cart button. We'll add text to it. Maybe I'll just add text to it now. Let's see.
Look at
Where did
that.
I put that thing though? I had. Oh, I know I did.
Hey.
Claude just showed me a little preview of putting that wrapping paper on a
That's
box
pretty
using
cool.
Photoshop. That's
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
good.
So many great prototypes today. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. I will show more prototypes later, but we have some good ones today.
Nice. So let's see. That's the cart button. I'm gonna actually go ahead and add cart right here. It's gonna use that. My cart.
This is back. The monster is back.
So should we tell the story?
Yeah. I mean, they're just watching
I think
me.
that at this stage, yeah, you have
Yeah,
to share.
it's day 2 that
Yeah,
this happened.
so yesterday we were doing the live stream, and I don't really eat that much in the morning.
Me neither.
So, and then at one point I started to, my stomach was making crazy noises, and I was like really hungry, and I was like, oh shit, like for sure it's coming on the microphone or something, and it just did it
Can you
again.
hear it? You can't, right?
Probably
There
not.
is background
I
music.
hope not.
Just to cover
Okay.
the Chewbacca noise.
Oh my gosh. All right, what am I doing? So I am making what will be a repeatable element here. So it's got the text and then the box. The box is actually going to be transparent fill, and that way it still exists, and then it's going to not have a border. So you'll still see the box. I actually use this a lot for hidden hotspots.
Oh, yeah.
Prototype too. So it's still a box, right? It still has fill, but the fill is at 0 for its opacity. And so I'm going to turn this into a repeat grid, and I'm going to actually, we have like, 5 elements? I'm going to do this, and these guys actually, I'm going to go ahead and export them. So Claude made the XD file, but I'm actually going to hit export. And then with these objects, make a bunch of individual PNGs. Is this going to do 1 or is it going to do 4? Let's see. Where did I export that to, though? I didn't pay attention to that. Let's see. Export to downloads. Everything's going to export to desktop. Let's go to desktop. export, and bam. So if you have 4 objects selected and you just want to export some PNGs really quickly, like I do, you can actually just select all 4. And like I said, hit export. You get a bunch of options here.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? I wanted to do 4, but you can also export objects in SVG and PDF format. And depending on if you are doing it for SVG, you get different options here.
Yep.
If you export it for PDF, you get multiple options here.
That's cool.
If you are exporting most commonly, especially with icons and stuff in PNG, let's say, well, actually, I guess SVGs would be the way to go. But and I want to think about different sizes. Depending on what you click, it actually shows you the different options that you can actually export these kind of PNGs to, which is really nice. But I went ahead and exported these 4 icons that Claude made right here. And I'm going to actually, because I like to organize this stuff, put it in an icons folder.
There's a question by Kevin, like in your workflow when you work with customers, like do you care about being pixel perfect?
I would say that
Depends.
I mean, some clients will, it depends always with the client, right? I would say if it's your first time with that client and then the first comps you deliver, maybe like you want to pay attention to be really polished. But then some of our clients, we've been working with them for like a longer time, so then they don't really want you to be like 100% pixel perfect. Sometimes they just want like, okay, yeah, it's gonna, don't spend too much time being like super pixel perfect. The dev will adjust it later on. But yeah, I mean, as long as in my mind, it's always about communicating the idea to a developer, to a stakeholder, or like or anything. So that's my thoughts on it. But
I think it also depends on, you know, the delivery team. So if the developers, like if your company has a really great design system, a really good way of like checking that workflow and checking for quality, it matters less to make the comps pixel perfect, right? Because especially if you're designing for mobile and web, you know, you can't, there's so many screens now, like no matter if you design it pixel perfect in one comp, it's going to change based off of the native sort of styles that come with the next screen. And so I think it depends. But if you're working with a team that really needs those guidelines, like we'll go as far as annotating, you know, if we need to about those sizes. But there are good tools that actually also help developers understand what the pixel intention is. So that's good too. So
look at that box.
That's beautiful.
Do
you want to show them yet?
Look at the box on the
reveal?
Yeah.
big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, huh? So nice. I used, I mean, it could have been better. Like if I used maybe like
it's very good.
Felix for that would have been pretty cool. But I basically just used that screenshot and then put it on top of an image of a random box that I have, and used the distort feature from Photoshop just to create the little panels here. But for the prototype, I think it's gonna work. Yeah. And
this is an image that you got from Adobe stock.
Exactly.
The cube. So, but Project Felix, it would be a different workflow where you would import a 3D cube. And add your own texture. So
and then manipulate the texture in there.
And manipulate the texture. So to that, to create a texture, you have to get the texture from stock. But the team is working on a very easy workflow. Where you can just add your own texture and place it directly on 3D.
Oh wow!
And this is coming very soon.
That's cool.
Yeah. And there will be we are working on the Adobe Live event about packaging Project Felix and how to present that.
Nice. Yeah, I've opened Project Felix a few times. Like I was always scared of 3D and modeling like software, because it's like when I open it, I'm like, whoa, okay, there's dimensions, then like all of that. And then for the first time, like I opened Felix, I was like, oh, okay, I can actually
handle it.
Like go around in there, click and drag it, and play with some stuff. Really similar. It looks really similar to XD in some ways, like of the new like super light UI
so
of it.
This new generation of apps.
Tiny
was talking about it yesterday. They try to have the same style guide for all the new apps.
Cool.
So you recognize the tools. The same feeling, the way to share, etc. Project Felix is awesome, and it's also a free beta that you can download from Creative Cloud, Windows and Mac. So feel free to use it.
Do we need a bow on that? Maybe.
Yes.
A bow on that?
I think a bow would be nice. Yeah.
Bow
we can back on Jessica.
PNG.
I think a bow would be nice. What are, let's see.
Arturo is asking, can we create a Shopify website template with Adobe XD? Shopify is like a
absolutely
very famous framework, I would say,
I
for
don't see why not.
e-commerce. Yeah, you can. And by the way, like when you design elements with Adobe XD, you can export PNG files. Okay, so it's not only to create a live prototype, you can also export, if you create an icon with Adobe XD, you can export to PNG, SVG, so it's also a design tool.
So I'm going to go ahead and take those icons from earlier today. I made a repeat grid, like I said, on fill. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually throw these icons into the first box. And so right now you can kind of see it repeats this. We only have 4 right here. Those icons are a little big, and so I'm actually going to go in and just scale down the original box, because the way the logic obviously works in here is the image fills the box that you put it in. And so the icons, which are really nice quality and crisp, they will just scale appropriately to the icons that you want to use them in. And I'm just going to adjust. And then suddenly we have
gems. Yeah, it's Windows 10 only for Project Felix, using the same stack, UWP.
And so I was thinking that I would do a little warning area. That's kind of like where I was sort of, I'm not sure yet though, we'll see. Actually those icons are a little too big. Oh, and then also minor note, I did mention that while the text itself, the content's dynamic, the styles are not. So if you actually, I was actually just change the opacity real quick, it does a global change on the thing. So which is really nice if you're just trying to change content, right? And such. So that was just kind of what people saw there, as well as, you know, positioning and things like that. So here is our...
Oh, you need to delete, huh?
What did I write?
No.
Rotate, what is this?
No, it's good.
Rotate left, rotate right, flip, scale. Oh, I do need a delete button.
Yeah, I didn't provide you.
Rotate left, rotate. These icons are... Oh, you know what happened?
No, I didn't give it to you.
So that's actually a really great point. So the naming convention, I actually just dragged them in based off of what was default. But if you're going to be bringing in and using a repeat grid, you do need to be mindful of the order that the objects are. Yeah. So I'm going to actually go into that file that I exported those in, and just real quick add rotate art left 1, so it's on the top, rotate art left 2, flip 3, and flip 4. Wait, flip to front, is that a new one? Wait, that's scale, right? Yeah, scale.
Yeah.
Oh. Naming conventions are also, something you probably want to think to, let's see. All right, cool. Let's try it again. Ta-da. Where's that? Rotate left, rotate right, flip, art, delete, art. Well, we need one more.
Yeah, I'll delete.
This one's scale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'll get one more ready. So when you have it, it'll be trash can, right?
Yeah.
Delete.
Cool.
Art.
I got it.
Perfect.
Go
yeah.
So yeah, Kevin had a question like why Adobe Stock is not including your Creative Cloud subscription, and yeah, Drew Looper is right. Like pictures, like you license content created by other people, like photographers, motion designers, illustrators. So
this one?
So that's why it's like shared revenue. And actually, if you are photographers, you can contribute. If you are illustrators, if you create icons, you can also monetize your icons and contribute to Adobe Stock. And
that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So there is it's a contributor portal on Adobe Stock, and this is how you can check if you want to monetize your content. So it's a great way.
Final try. Ta-da!
You got it?
I'm gonna work on that preview screen.
Yeah, you should. It's the next screen, so
yeah, I'll just send you the file and then you can put it in after.
So here are the controls for our UI. Very simple UI. I'm actually going to go in and make it even tinier.
Let me check if we have some new entries. So yeah, we still have logos. Huh? It
still logos.
Keeps coming. We have actually it's so it's not for the contest, but Jonas is sharing a website also.
Okay.
A prototype made with XD.
Beautiful.
Busca,
Oh, nice.
Voltard.
Looks nice.
Good job. Huh?
Very nice.
For the
nice
navigation,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To, I guess, redesign the navigation of the website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very good job. Okay, this one we already saw. This one, Juicy Loops by Simon. Nice. Yeah, it works very well too.
Yep. Mm.
With some scrolling.
Nice scrolling. Yep.
Twister. Yeah. Good job, Simon, as always. Moussa, local chef. Okay, so he wants me to enter a username. Jean Reno.
What?
Jean Reno is apparently the username. So Jean Reno is using local chef. Welcome, Jean Reno. Oh, I saw his face.
Oh, that's cool.
Add to cart. Oh my god, how many screens? 55 screens. Seriously?
It looks super slick too.
Whoa. It's in Paris, I recognize the place. It's the Arc de Triomphe.
Oh, very
Wow.
nice.
That's good. I like the
So many.
like the 3D effect on the.
Yeah. Good job, Moussa.
Oh, no, did I use rainbow
Still
ball?
more entries. Yeah. Keep sharing your prototypes. It's super impressive today. Good job.
What did I just do? I just broke my phone. Did I save? I hope I saved. Oh my gosh, that's
Oh, it's so
beautiful.
cute.
It's coming.
So cute.
Yeah. Well, I am going to restart for a second.
Okay.
That happens. Let's just open this again.
Did you save it?
I hope so.
If not, we're gonna finish with that final screen.
Yeah.
Whew. Whew. Saved.
I got that moment a few times in my career.
I kind of developed a twitching habit where I just like I don't even know I'm saving and I'm saving with my finger. Yeah. So this simple editor. I'm gonna.
Show me your button style again.
What button style? Oh, you want me to just put it in CC library?
So Leandro is asking, how did you resize all the icons together? because it's a
repeat grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, a repeat grid is a grid of items. So and each item is a kind of symbol. So if you transform a
you can just
symbol,
give it to me and I'll add.
it will transform all the instances, all the items at the same time. If you change the opacity, it will change the opacity for all the symbols. So it's super convenient. You save a lot of time. And here she has a repeat grid with 5 items, but you can have like 100 items. It will do the same.
Oh yeah, it's actually pretty amazing in terms of that note of the fact that you can really just go all out with the elements and repeat them to large quantities. We were just talking yesterday on the project about how we were working on a account where we had millions of like over 60 or 70 artboards in no time, and it was still ridiculously fast, which is
Chewbacca.
awesome.
Chewbacca is back.
You really can't hear it, but on this end,
It's here. Wow.
it's hilarious.
It's like every time I'm like, oh my god, is it an earthquake? Because we're in San Francisco. So I'm like about to call 911. Like, let's go.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
You want a snack?
Oh, good.
Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna pretend that someone did something magical here, and then we're gonna, and for the sake of this prototype, move them to this screen where they not only did the shrinking, but they also did a bunch of other things, right? So, and for those of you who want to just know some quick shortcuts, right? Just like all the other Adobe Creative Suite programs, you just need to use your numbers to basically adjust opacity. So I'm just hitting 2, and I got that at 20%. And then making that a little bit bigger. What did I actually make the thing look like? Oh yeah, there's a seashell like right there, something like that. And so for the user, we'll have pretended that they actually went through and added that. So when they go through the prototype, it'll be like, have you seen that meme with like the owl where it's like how to draw? And there's like
No.
2 circles. Hold on, I gotta show you this real quick. It's hilarious. It's to draw. for those of you guys who want to know how funny like step-by-steps can be, it's this one. Where it's like
Oh yeah.
how to draw an owl.
Yeah.
This is what our prototype's gonna look like. It's gonna go from here into that click. But we only have 2 hours, so
Yeah.
you gotta use your imagination a little bit. So while Anna would have gone through a lot of steps here, we're actually gonna jump to the owl step here, and she'll have finished scaling this guy. And since she is using the scale tool, we'll go ahead and actually have a hover state of some sort. Let's actually give this like some, let's make it round, why not? And then do a I'm sorry, it's just really hard when I'm sitting right next to you. I can hear let's do that. Oh, that looks horrible. Let's do fill of like 20% or something like that. That way a person can see that that's the active state. They're going to hover on that and click on that, and they're still editing. And then from there they have a white, let's group that, grouping that object. And so since this is a preview, they would be able to see their preview. And now that I look at it, maybe I should have zoomed out and I would have noticed that this was on again. And
maybe if you can share my screen very quickly. Claude, we were talking about Project Felix packaging, and our friend in the chat, Iser Design Studio, who created an amazing prototype, by the way, yesterday, was saying, oh, this is what you can do with Project Felix and Photoshop when you do box mockup. You know, so
Oh, that's cool.
very cool.
So
Oh my
it's
God.
like-
So
like
this-
playing with the camera, you know, putting the texture, and then you can have
I
the
think it's-
render that you like.
Yeah, it's so good, especially for like e-commerce site like that,
Yeah.
where you could give like as close as possible. Like it looks like photography, but then you just created that box, and then if I'm the user, I just created my pattern, and then I see it for real.
You see it
Like for
real
sure, I'm
on
gonna
the
buy it.
table.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Good job. Thanks for sharing.
yeah, it's super cool.
So this was made with Project Felix,
Nice.
3D rendering.
And let's see. We're gonna go ahead and move this here. They selected that. We're gonna just add a bunch more stuff, make it even tinier, and then get rid of this.
So Frank has just joined us. He's asking what you're making. So like, no, you're working on the pattern editor for
Yes.
Yeah.
gift
So,
wrap.
yep, we're making a e-commerce site where you can upload your own artwork and then turn it into gift wrapping paper.
Yep.
And we had earlier today gone through, and this would be the final product that a person could upload. And I'm going to actually just cheat right here and take that screenshot. And that's what we're making. So we're actually on the step where this person has built this thing, and I'm going to totally fake it here. Inception, more repeat. And then
Oh, okay.
a person will be able to say, oh, holy smokes, I can make a watercolor print too. It's amazing. And then that's what it looks like for them. So they're like, this is my what? This is my thing. And maybe I'll just add a little layer of delightful design here and say, holy smokes. Wow. Looks amazing. Just a kind of little tooltip on the right here. With all the AI around, having a little bit of a, where'd my CC button go? Oh, I have to open it again. There, and then there, and then there, and let's do that, and then let's do that, and then
Cool.
let's, did you? Beautiful.
Like I'm gonna do the
So, yeah.
preview
So
here.
Claude, maybe we can show his screen. He's working on the last.
So right now I'm trying to design that final preview. So from the we're gonna come from the home page. The user will click on make your own gift wrap, and then at this point they will import their beautiful art like Anna's watercolor. They will play around with that tool, edit, rotate, make it like super cool. And then when they're gonna be like, okay, like I'm done with it, I'm ready to purchase my gift wrap. Well, we think that the best thing that we can provide at this point is the preview of the whole of the whole package. It's gonna make you like believe that you know it's done and it's ready to purchase. So yeah, I'm working on that final screen. There's gonna be a preview, and then all the way to the right, maybe we can do like a super quick checkout.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
One screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Thanks. So what is the whoa?
I don't know.
It's a feedback. It's
a little AI bot that's
surprise.
A little delightful.
Okay.
It's a bot.
Yeah. It's
it's like a little hair message.
Little success message. Yeah,
that's
I was
good.
thinking, and then it would just say, encourage this person to basically convert and hit the preview, right? So this will be a little like.
I see.
Wow, user Anna, looks amazing. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, Adil says, yeah, this is fast. I love it.
Yeah.
Benjamin is asking how do you take the screenshots and paste it. So this is a macOS feature. The shortcut is Command Shift 3, Command Shift 4. You can also add the Option key. I mean, just Google it, how to take screenshots in Mac. Yeah, we use it all the time.
Yeah.
Nehasud is saying, I worked on XD for the first time after watching your episode yesterday.
Nice.
It was really inspiring. Thank you so much.
That's the stuff we want to hear.
And Frank is really in love with the Noe display font.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. So I have the screen ready. Are you?
Maybe I can show, if you show my screen real quick, I'll show you a good use of the repeat grid again. Like, you can use it to create amazing wallpaper, and this is the most creative way I've seen someone use the repeat grid.
Maybe you can add make the gray a bit darker.
Oh,
see on the feedback screen? It's just for the contrast for the screen, so so they understand that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
nice. Thanks.
Here I would have my the checkout. So you would like to, as UI designers, it happens pretty often that we need to design like form fields and stuff like that. So sometimes it can be pretty like not annoying, but it can be like pretty crazy to design those. And like I'm gonna show you a nice example of the repeat grid to show you how to create those. So I will do my first form field, and then, so for example, let's say I'm pretty happy where this is going. Perfect. So let's say I want this style, and then Anna Medina, we can see it. All right. So now I would be happy with that, and then by selecting my different element that creates that first form field, I hit the repeat grid button, and then I click and I take that handle and I click and drag
there
down.
It is.
Then I have all of my form field, and then I go ahead and I change the preview in there. So I think it's pretty cool, really efficient.
Very good
allows you to move at the speed of thought.
Oh my god.
The speed of thought.
Such a scam.
Alright, so I would change the content here.
First name.
Extra and XD.
And when you're ready, I can take that over to my file.
And then we'll prototype, right?
It,
okay. So
we need to. So Arcadius, so in 25 minutes we will be back live with Sally Harrison and Damien Barber. Damien Barber is directly, he works for Adobe. He was product manager of Adobe XD, and he will answer all these types of questions. So make sure to come back in 25 minutes, which means that, you have about 20 minutes.
All right.
Perfect.
So let's say I want to have all, credit card number. Do you wanna give me your credit card number to put it as an example?
Mariam has a very good question. Can you explain it a bit about what happens once the design is done? You know, like you approve the experience with the customer, you feel good with the users, you do some user testing, then what happens? What's next for a website like this?
For a website, I mean, it's
In your agency?
it never. Well, that's a trick question, I guess, because it's never done.
It's never done.
It's never done, right? Because you test it to make sure it works and it works well, but then you have to actually watch it and then just continue iterating upon it because I mean, think about all the, especially on e-commerce sites. Think of the last e-commerce site you've been on that has looked the same
For a long time.
You know,
yeah.
there's always tweaking to be done.
Always
I'm sure
improvements, yeah.
in your process at some point you probably wanted to do something and didn't. And so once you've launched it, now's your chance to really kind of do those iterations, which is, you know, basically a nod to just the concept of design thinking, just always constantly testing and then seeing it live and then evolving it over time. So
Yeah.
Oh, are you
I'm
sharing
done.
something with me?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then we're going to stitch this thing together. Am I still on AirDrop? Okay, perfect. Send it over. Cool. So let's see what you sent me. I was actually just about to throw.
There we go.
Beautiful. All right.
Nice.
It's not like 100% there because like you would need.
Yeah, but
It's prototype.
Let's see what happens. I'm gonna so this is a different XD file, and so I'm gonna actually just take the whole artboard and copy it. And I'm going to actually bring it into my working one, which would be the master. So if you're in a creative team, you know, unless you're using a syncing kind of program or an app that does that, you would just have a master file. And so I just hit Command V and bam,
all aligned.
Everything.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep. And it goes actually right
Seamless.
next to the rest of your artboard.
Can
Awesome.
Can you test the zoom in, zoom out? I think this is the best way to showcase how fast it is when you zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah.
It's like
and that's
so fast.
Yeah, right. So like, unlike certain tools that we'll not mention, when you zoom out, you know, you ever get like artboard syndrome where you just see like gray boxes and you're like, what are those artboards? So So
we
here,
refresh one by one. The team like from day one spent the priority was performance.
Yeah,
It was the #1 priority for the XD team.
Performance.
And every time they had a new feature, they questioned themselves like, will it impact performance? And then we work to make sure.
perfect.
Because as you said, you know, like at some point you just forget that you
Yeah.
have like 1,000 screens.
Yeah,
Just zoom out, zoom in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so what I'm doing is
stitch
Claude, didn't have all of my styles,
elements?
and so I'm going to go ahead and cut them from here and just paste them here a little bit, and then also take this element here, put it in the back. Just in case you're wondering around, like just layer shifts, it's just the same as all of the other Adobe Suite products in terms of being able to hit Command Shift brackets and then going left and right and being able to move in front of objects, which is if you are familiar with Photoshop or Illustrator, for example, pretty easy to pick up on those more advanced sort of shortcuts. And then he's maybe a little bit more centering right there.
I think it was centered.
Was it? It's like, is it?
It feels weird. Because,
I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller though.
I think we should.
Oh wait, all right. You
do the
wanna
prototype
keep it?
instead.
You wanna keep it? All right, fine. What did this one say? Confirm purchase. So, so let's actually go here. Oops. Change this guy. So you want it to be actually. So you wanted the whole thing to be big?
No, it's good. It's good like that.
I was like, let's just.
Yeah, put it small and nice.
And then just gonna do that. So let's see. So none of this is prototyped. And if you go into prototype mode, there's a couple ways to do it. You can either click on this guy, or you can. What's the shortcut? Command tab? No, is it? That's I forgot the shortcut for between the two, but you can tab between the two, or you can actually go here. And I'm gonna just exit out of this for a second. So this was an experiment. This guy is not needed. I'm gonna move him. And so prototype mode's great. We use a couple prototyping tools at Telepathy. And the problem with prototyping tools when they're not in the tool you're designing in is that you're jumping between screens back and forth all the time, right? And it can be a pain when you're going really fast and you really just want to test it live. And so here, we're in our design file and we have these main screens.
It's Control Tab.
Control
Thank you,
Tab.
Crystal.
Yep. And you can actually do quite a bit of arranging and editing in prototype mode.
Oh, that's good.
So right now, actually, I went to prototype, but I realized I wasn't finished. So I had actually put, I popped in Anna's avatar and was going to say, like my account, right? And so you can see I'm actually in prototyping
And
mode.
then you can still edit, which is cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I also was temporarily doing this, and so now that I look at it, I can actually move these elements as well. So I'm actually still editing and designing in prototype mode, which is really, really awesome. So let's actually move that. Yeah.
So what can't you edit? You can't change color, change font.
No, well, actually, so
well, which is good, I think, because there's a design mode for a certain reason, and then there's a prototype mode for a reason too.
So you can actually change colors. So obviously the panel for editing isn't here. However, you can only have the move, but your assets panel is still available, and so is your CC library. So to the point of color and type, you actually can still control elements and change the color that you want. So that just changed to pink. So you can do that from a global style standpoint. Yeah, still.
Nice.
And then in terms of actual editing, you can actually change the text that you want.
Yep, that's good.
So, you know, custom GIF wrap. If you were like insistent upon spelling together that way, Claude.
Yeah. Together.
No,
it's together.
That's the conversion's going to go down like 200% if they
You know,
see
when
that.
we did the rebrand for like 3 months, I was pitching, no, we should,
like
our name
every
should
day.
be Together. Never worked.
Didn't work.
I thought it was. I
Nice
still
try.
think it's a good
Nice
idea.
try. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna stitch this together,
Yeah.
right? So we're actually unlike an app where a lot of times
Yeah,
you
so
want to do the whole
scroll
screen.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're and I will talk about
Okay,
scroll too.
cool.
So we're gonna start right here. All the artboards look the same. Make your own. See right here. Make your own GIF wrap. Even this guy needs to move over just a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
So a person who clicks on this specific icon instead of the whole thing is going to be able to go into the editor. And for the transition, what do you think? Dissolve?
I think dissolve for like web pages.
for
it's
web
not like an app.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do
Yeah.
dissolve. And I actually favor the 2-second for the
Snappy.
dissolve.
We need-
Snappy
need it
dissolve.
snappy.
You know when you like use a keynote and you see someone
Oh.
do a keynote and it's like too slow? Like,
Yeah.
not good. So they're here, and then
Hey.
instant feedback.
The delays.
Yeah.
It's only 3 seconds.
Good. And so from here, we want the user to be able to click anywhere in this area. And actually, I don't want them to. I actually want them to only click on
the element.
on
right?
the element or this. And this is actually a great use case for this. So first, let's start with the element. I want the element when the user taps on this to go to this screen, right?
Yep.
However, I would also
And
like
Martin.
for this guy to be here, and this is actually a new update from the recent build. So right now, this is the object that goes and dissolves into this this artboard. You can actually right click and copy this object's prototype interaction. So not the
okay.
styles, but the prototype interaction. And I actually wanted this area to be clickable too. So,
okay.
but this is a symbol, I realized. So I'm gonna make a
It's like-
box. Oh, I'll just make a new box real quick. So,
Yeah.
bam, here, a hit area, right? And then I'm gonna make the fill 0. And so back in prototype, now there's that invisible box I made. So I can right click on this and actually paste
Paste
interaction.
That's cool.
And there's a shortcut for it as well. And what that'll do is it'll take that interaction from above and do the same interaction.
That's
Awesome.
cool. That's
So
super neat.
if you need to select multiple interactions and paste them all and get that same interaction to the artboard, it's super easy now to do
Yep.
that. So we're here. This is the design at owl stage where we went from like circles to like basically the final product. And so we'll just take this whole element and then go ahead and have them click to here,
Yep.
dissolve. And then from here, we're gonna have them go only click on this preview button right here, which is right there. And then that'll be the prototype. So going back to the beginning, and if you're wondering which page, which screen your prototype starts, it's always the one that has
The little
this
home.
little home icon on it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit Command Enter, which pops up the preview.
Oh, I didn't know that little shortcut. That's
You
cool.
can also do it like with the play button right here. Same
Hi,
thing.
Vicky.
Yep. And
Love that type. Love it.
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. So
No display.
based off of this prototype, right now, Claude, you mentioned earlier, but you can't actually scroll this, so we'll fix that in a second,
okay.
right?
Cool.
Because we had only made it
yeah.
a small desktop. But for now, let's actually make sure it works. So I'm here. I'm gonna click on this, right?
Okay.
And
so
then
now you would be in the builder.
yep.
Cool.
And so you can see I can click between one of these two objects.
And
go
then
to here.
it simulates that you would add like multiple objects
Yep.
in there. Cool.
And then I'm gonna hit preview, or I'm gonna click again once more because that went into
Yep.
lots of work later. And then preview design. and then we have the final screen, right?
Nice.
But
Nice, okay.
we have a problem, right?
The
Which
scrolling.
is the first screen.
Yeah.
So first screen doesn't scroll, even though we made a
let's change
scroll
that.
interaction.
But I think it's really cool how XD shows where the fold is, because a lot of client will say it's not above
Why
the
is it
fold.
so long,
People are not
right?
scrolling.
Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah,
et
someone was
cetera.
asking.
So it's like
Kevin
pretty cool.
was asking about the fold.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the fold for a
Right.
second. So we're back into design, right? And so originally, if you're following from the beginning here, we do actually have design here.
Yeah.
Making something scrollable is ridiculously easy. You just need to go to the artboard, right? And when you click on it, you have this panel here that shows scrolling.
Okay.
It basically sets the fold right here. So this vertical height is at
be
180, and
cool.
it's automatic when you have these designs. And so all I need to do is ignore this section, just recognize that the fold is 180. That's
Yep.
what I want it to be at. And then I just make my artboard bigger.
And
And
then you
see,
see
there's
it.
the dotted line
Cool.
right there in the middle. That's
the
basically where this fold is. And so I can do this as long as I want here. And then going back into the prototype, which you can also do from design mode.
Yep.
If I go to my comp,
Nice.
I can actually scroll
Nicely
through.
done.
Nice. Yep. And so, and that's it. So let me go in and then make sure that this works just fine. So click on here. Looks good here.
Yeah.
Clicks on
cool.
there. Clicks on there. Preview design. Finish
And then
design.
We would have probably a last one say, hey, it's on the way.
yeah.
Your paper's on the way
The
or something.
confirmation.
Yeah.
And then someone did want to know about the recording, and we actually showed that with one of the prototypes earlier, right? And so if you want to record a screen share, which we do a lot of times, clients are really busy. They can't meet you at the time that you want to meet to have that walkthrough.
Yeah.
And so you have to ship them over a video that's
multi-file.
interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you need to do at this point is just hit this record button, and then you can see the timer is going right there, and you have little click state, right? And I'm going to just show myself demoing this prototype, right? And then from there, previewing design,
And then
finish,
Yeah.
and done. And then that automatically shows you the save file, and then you can hit save. And then
And you
it
have a video.
makes
And then you
a
could
video.
even like if you want it like you said, the use case where your client is super busy and everything, you could bring that video and then do a voiceover.
The voiceover.
Yeah, in
Then
Premiere.
you
Yeah.
merge them together and then you share it with the client so the
Or write
client
some written
can
notes.
like digest your a real presentation.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
And this is just the video. It's just the MP4 file that
Yep.
it exports into. Easy to send over. You don't have clients fumbling around figuring out
Yeah.
what to
And,
click on.
Yeah, and Frank is asking a good question. Can you place a working prototype on Behance? And actually, you can.
oh, you can?
Oh,
So if you, I can show
wow.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. How do you?
you. So
Well,
first,
do you
need
want to put this on your Behance?
to share it.
A little bit
So you click
polished.
on share,
Okay.
and you
I have-
create a link.
All right.
I will just show you how to do it. We won't have to do it. It's super easy.
Cool.
So this is uploading all the images, like all the assets that you both created, uploaded to a website, to the Creative Cloud. It will generate a link that you can share by email, on social. This is what our friends have been doing for 2 hours, sharing prototypes. So this is why it takes some time, because this is uploading everything.
Here we go.
And here you can click on embed.
Oh, yeah.
And
then
this
you embed this on the
iframe, so if you copy this code on Behance, there is an iframe mode on Behance that only authorizes a few websites,
Oh, that's cool.
including XD.
Okay.
So this is how you can embed a YouTube video.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
authorized, but
Yep.
if you
Cool.
embed your blog, it won't work.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You see, like you
And
cannot
that's
embed anything.
smart. Yeah.
it's smart.
Right.
But here you just copy paste and
Got it.
maybe I can show you. I think I have one. Yeah, if you switch to my screen, I can show you. On my profile. Yeah, here. So yeah, I was always frustrated because I wanted to have a slideshow. So this is a XD prototype.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you made a slideshow. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
And it really takes a few seconds.
Nice.
That's good.
That's clever.
Super cool.
So yeah, good question. Who was that? Frank. Good question.
So I think we're close to done, but maybe we could just wrap up by showing how to share it online. And
Yeah,
that's it.
and share the link with our friends.
And share our links. Okay, cool. So,
So-
speaking about share, so on the link mode, you can actually create the link and then copy again. We're going to just copy this link, but if you are constantly updating your file
Yep.
and you want to update that link, It's just a matter of sharing that link again, and then it will update.
Yeah.
Always the same link.
Always
Cool.
the same. So I'm going to hit copy link, copy to my clipboard, and then go to a browser. So thank you, Anna, by the way, for your lovely watercolors today.
Yep. Great assets.
Awesome.
Yep. And then we're going to go and hit the paste there and go to this online prototype. And so the online prototype also has the liberty of showing hotspots, which is really nice, where if you click around, you can kind of see that blue interaction. And real quick,
Comment
back to this
mode
point,
too.
you can actually enable comments, yes.
Okay.
So when you are updating something, and I didn't actually, maybe we can add a watercolor in here real quick, actually. So let's go back to Anna's profile and add a very cute watercolor, which will be this one. And from here, we'll drop that. Oh, I'm so used to just copying the clipboard that I realized I didn't do the regular one. So drop this guy into here.
Clean,
Anna's
nice.
beautiful watercolor is now the favicon, more or less. And I'm going to update the link. Da-da-da. And you can now copy that link. It's the same link that I just have open, so I'm going to just refresh. And now you see that Anna's
Nice.
avatar is
Cool.
right there.
Awesome.
And so there is actually commenting that you can allow. So you can actually have a person say like,
I like it.
awesome, right? And there I am saying awesome for some reason. You've got a couple resolves, edits, deletes, which is really nice, and replies. And basically from here, you can go through and click the same prototype. So going between these states, right? Making sure that this is working. And then especially if you're working with people that you need to get feedback on, whether it's fellow designers or clients, you can just share this link online and then get that feedback. So pretty sweet.
Cool.
Perfect.
And there is one more thing we need to do. If we switch back to my screen, we need to decide, because we got so many amazing prototypes shared during these 2 hours. Okay, which one should we? Is it Robert? I remember we were quite impressed by
That
Robert.
was a very nice prototype.
There
That
was
one too.
also
This one's
Local
pretty cool.
Chef.
50 screens.
Yeah, we had the Poke Wave, the
I
Tweet
love
Smart,
Poke.
the Style for You, which is a new one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very
we
nice.
got Eli. We'll show it later, but it's not related to shopping. It's just someone working on an education app with very cool illustration.
Awesome.
It's very cute. We
Yeah.
had Juicy Loops. So yeah, in your opinion, who should?
I mean,
I picked yesterday. It's your turn.
okay, I'll do this one. This one's my favorite.
This one?
This one?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so
it's
this-
pretty
I mean,
slick.
Yeah, it
I
was
would-
very impressive.
Give also a big thumbs up to the guy who did the
second
whole
one, too.
video too.
Yeah.
with the
Ah, yeah,
stars
yeah,
looking.
thanks for showing
But
the
this one,
video.
I think, like, it's really on brand. It looks really cool. Good
Wow.
e-commerce,
Some
respect a lot the theme of shopping.
Okay, so it
Yep.
was Robert. I think, Gus, you have the name because I asked you to remember his name in his YouTube channel, but you can find it.
Big
Okay,
winner.
It's time
Woo,
to
congratulations.
Congrats.
wrap up. So, do you know what we will be working on tomorrow? Maybe.
Tomorrow we're it goes along a bit in the way with the betterment that Anna did. So she did 100 days of watercolor. So tomorrow we're gonna build an app, and those 100 days are hard. 100 days of doing something, it's a big
I don't
commitment.
think I've ever done
So
that.
tomorrow we'll build an app that will help humans to go through those 100 days. It's like some
Like a
sort
bit
of
of a
a
goal
productivity,
tracking.
goal tracking
Yeah.
app where it's going to be called the Betterment app.
Okay.
So you want to get better at something, here's your
I love it.
digital helper that will follow you through this journey.
Yep. So again, tomorrow we'll be doing it from start to finish, from
Yes.
concept to completion with a prototype
Yep.
of doing another mobile app, basically.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So make sure to be back tomorrow with Jessica and Claude. It will be the same time. In a few minutes, at the top of the hour, we will be back live with Sally Harrison. She's an art director, UX designer from LA, and she will be with Damien Boba, who is working in the XD team. Okay, thank you. See you
Cool.
tomorrow.
See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Yeah.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everyone. Thanks for
Bye.
watching. You were awesome.